Let's take a look at Spiral, an app to use to get feedback from your student. Let's start with a Quickfire activity. We're going to plan the questions for this activity. Go ahead and give your Quickfire a title. I'm going to do practice with equations here and show you how to use some images for questions. Type in the text that you'd like your questions to say. Choose your answer format. Canvas means that the kids can use a stylus or their fingers on a tablet to write their answers. And text, of course, is where they type their answers in. Click on the Add Question, the big Add Question button, to add a new question. And you'll notice that I've also added images for my questions. I just used Google Slides to make some quick JPEGs with the equations in them, giving enough room for students to actually write their answers on that image. You can add a timer to your questions if you so choose. I'm going to choose not to at this time. And when you're ready, you can click the check mark to save and exit. A Quickfire activity is one that students can join with you on their own individual devices, kind of like a Kahoot. And in order to make that happen, you want to click on the play button, which launches your Quickfire. The students on their own devices go ahead and enter a join code and then sign in with a nickname. If they have accounts already on Spiral, they can sign in with their actual accounts. Once you click the go button, your first question launches on the screen and your first question shows up on your students' displays as well. The students do whatever they're asked to do, and once they're finished with their answer and satisfied with their work, they click on the button that says post, and that posts it to the Quickfire activity. On the teacher side of things, they get to see when answers come in just by getting a little notification at the bottom, and they can review all those answers on their screen by clicking on Show Answers. Once the Show Answers button is pressed, all of the answers that have been submitted by students will be visible, and you can approve them, you can expand them to show the whole class, or you can send them back to students for editing, which is kind of fun. So now on the student's screen, once you send something back for editing, it says, oh, your teacher would like you to improve that answer. They can go ahead and use their Canvas tools again to undo the work they did before. They can rewrite it, maybe make it a little bit neater if that's what the teacher is looking for, maybe an alternate solution if that's what the teacher is looking for, and their answer is then updated on the teacher side of things to be approved. The pace of the activity is completely controlled by the teacher, and when all answers are in, you can move on to another question and then the next question, and then when you're done, click the finish button to see an exit ticket, which is basically just a wrap-up of the entire activity. It'll show you all the answers submitted for every question by every student with their nickname applied. So you can export everything and print it out as well, just to have it for safekeeping. But all of these results are saved for you on Spiral's website, so you can always go back and look at them later. You don't have to print everything. So we'll head back to the home screen and show you one more feature of Spiral for now, and that is the clip feature, which is a really neat interactive viewing experience. So click on the clip icon and then search for a topic. It's going to search for videos for you, either on YouTube or Vimeo. I'm going to search for the American Revolution. I'm going to pick a video from one of the thumbnails here and click Use, and that's going to bring it into the clip editing experience. Let's watch this one first.
Hi, I'm John Green. This is Crash Course World History, and today you aren't going to get a blow-by-blow chronology of the American Revolution, and you aren't going to get cool biographical details about Thomas Jefferson or George Washington, but you are going to get me not wearing any pants. Mr. Green, Mr. Green.
Okay, so what clip allows you to do is add questions on top of these video clips that you have, which is pretty neat and very simple to use. Just pause the video where you'd like to add a question, click on the kind of question that you'd like to add, type in the question text that you're looking to have your students consider, and then click Save and Continue. Our purpose is demonstration, so we're not going to add any more questions. Instead, we'll click the check mark to save and exit, and we'll go ahead and launch this clip so that we can show you what the student experience looks like. Choose the class that you'd like to launch it with, and your students again will have to go onto their own individual devices, punch in their join code, and when they have joined you, you can click the go button and then click play to have the movie go ahead and play. You will notice that on the right hand side of your screen is a discussion board, a feed if you will. You can disable that just by clicking disable feed and enable it again if you'd like. I'll show you what the students see while that feed is available. It is simply a chat window, and they can type in whatever they'd like and click the submit button, and that's going to post to that feed. So maybe you want to have that closed until you talk about the rules of the road there. As soon as the video approaches the moment that you've added a question, it will pause itself, and on the student displays it will show the question that you have asked them. Students type in or select their answer and then click submit to send it to you, and you'll notice on your screen you get that review button just like you had in your Quickfire activity. When you click on review, review, it's going to show you all the answers that have been submitted by students, and you can approve them or send them back, just like with your Quickfire. Once you're finished with all of the questions, the entire video, click the Finish button, and it brings you to that exit ticket screen, which gives you that rundown of everything that happened during that activity, which again, you can find later by going to your home screen and clicking on Timeline. But anywho, that's 2 parts of Spiral in a nutshell for now.